Welcome to Wildlife with Belush, a place where survival is written in blood and every sunrise brings another war. Out here in the African savannah, there is no peace, no mercy, only predators locked in an eternal battle. Lions, hyenas, leopards, wild dogs, and crocodiles. Each day they fight, not just for food, but for the very right to exist. Make sure you subscribe now, because what you're about to witness is the savage truth of the wild, a truth drenched in blood, filled with chaos, and older than mankind itself. The first light of dawn creeps across the African savannah. Golden beams pierce through the mist, acacia trees cast long shadows, and the land awakens. But this is not a peaceful awakening. In the tall grass, lions rise slowly. A pride, led by a dominant male whose golden mane glows like fire in the morning sun. Around him, lionesses crouch low, muscles tense, amber eyes fixed on the horizon. Behind them, cubs shift nervously, innocent, fragile, unaware that they live on a battlefield. Across the plain, a sound rises, a high-pitched cackle, the unmistakable laughter of hyenas. Spotted coats blend into dust as a clan emerges, heads lowered, eyes glowing with hunger. They do not come for food alone. They come to challenge the kings of the savannah. For generations, lions and hyenas have been enemies, rivals. Both predators hunt the same prey. Both dominate the same territories. But it is not just hunger that drives them to war. It is hatred. Ancient, bitter hatred carved into blood-soaked soil. The silence thickens. The sun rises higher. On one side, lions growl, tails lashing. On the other, hyenas cackle and advance. Dust swirls between them like smoke on a battlefield. The war is about to begin. The lioness strikes first. With a roar that shakes the ground, she bursts from the grass, muscles coiled, claws flashing. Hyenas scatter, cackling wildly, but regroup instantly. The male lion charges, mane whipping in golden light, paw slamming down with the force of thunder. Dust explodes beneath him as he collides with hyenas. Teeth sink into flesh, claws rake across fur. The savannah erupts in chaos. Hyenas outnumber lions. They swarm from all sides, snapping jaws, clamping onto manes and legs. But lions are stronger. A lioness grabs a hyena by the throat, crushing it in her jaws, blood spraying across dry grass. Another lion bucks violently, throwing hyenas into dust clouds. The cubs cry from hiding places, golden eyes wide with terror as the war rages before them. But the hyenas will not yield. Their cackles rise like war drums. They circle tighter, biting, clawing, pulling lions down into the dust. One lioness stumbles, blood pouring from her leg. She roars in agony but fights on, claws tearing open a hyena's face. Above, vultures circled, shadows falling across battlefield. They wait for death. They always wait. This is no hunt. This is no chase. This is war. From a high acacia branch, amber eyes watch silently. A leopard. Its golden coat glows with black rosettes, tail curling slowly as it surveys the chaos below. It has no loyalty, no side, but blood calls to every predator. The leopard leaps, landing silently, moving like shadow through dust storm. And from the ridges beyond, more arrive. African wild dogs, lean, muscular, patterned coats blending into dust. They advance in formation, ears sharp, eyes locked on lions and hyenas. The savannah trembles as four predators now stand face to face. Lions roar, hyenas cackle, wild dogs snarl in chorus, and leopard growls low in throat. But the savannah is not finished. At the waterhole, shadows stir. Crocodiles. Their armored green bodies rise from mud, eyes glowing reptilian. They too smell blood. They too wait. The war spirals. Wild dogs rush hyenas, snapping jaws tearing. Leopard lunges into chaos, claws slashing across spotted fur. Lions charge, mane-streaked silhouettes smashing through enemies. Crocodile jaws explode from water, dragging desperate hyenas under. blood clouds spreading across ripples. The battlefield expands. The air fills with roars, barks, and shrieks. Dust and blood choke the sky. Here, there are no allies, no friends, only predators against predators. The sun blazes high above the savannah, turning dust into fire and blood into glistening rivers. The battlefield is chaos, but it is also balance. The lions roar as they push forward, manes dripping red, amber eyes burning like embers. A lioness leaps, slamming into a wild dog, claws tearing across its patterned coat. The dog yelps, but snaps back, teeth sinking deep into her leg. She roars in agony, blood spraying across golden grass, but she does not retreat. She cannot retreat. Behind her, cubs are watching. Hyenas swarm once more, cackling like demons in the dust storm. One clamps its jaws around the mane of the dominant male lion, pulling with savage strength. Another leaps at his flank, claws raking. The lion bucks, muscles rippling like waves of fury. With a single mighty twist, he snaps his jaws around one hyena's skull, bone cracking loud enough to echo through the battlefield. The cackling ceases in an instant, replaced by silence and then screams. But victory never lasts here. Another hyena lunges, another dog charges. The cycle never ends. And then, the crocodiles strike again. From the blood-stained waterhole, armored giants surge forward, tails thrashing mud skyward. A hyena flees too close, and jaws clamp around its body. The beast is dragged under, thrashing in horror. The water explodes crimson, then stills. Only ripples remain. The predators pause, if only for a second. Even lions fear the crocodiles. Even hyenas retreat from the water's edge. Yet the war resumes. The leopard, silent and deadly, seizes its chance. From a rocky ledge, it springs into chaos, claws flashing like knives. It lands on the back of a wounded hyena, jaws tearing into its neck. Dust bursts upward as predator meets predator, both screaming in fury. Blood spatters across the ground, staining golden grass forever. Nearby, wild dogs surround a lioness, 5 against 1. They dart in, bite, retreat, bite again. Her body drips red, but her eyes blaze like fire. She roars, leaps forward, and her claws slice across a dog's muzzle, sending it tumbling into dust. The pack hesitates, circling again. The cubs whimper louder from their hiding place, golden eyes wide with fear. They are the only innocents here. Their small hearts beat against earth, their tiny paws trembling. Around them, the world is painted in death. Above, vultures descend lower, their dark shadows sweeping across battlefields. They know. They always know. Death will come. It always comes. As the sun tilts toward the west, the savannah glows blood red. The air is thick with dust and the smell of death. A lioness collapses, blood streaming from flank wounds, breathing ragged. A hyena limps away, jaw shattered, still cackling weakly. A wild dog lies motionless, chest torn open. The crocodiles slide back into the water, their bellies full, their eyes cold. But still, none surrender. The lions stand tall, scarred and bloody, but unbroken. Their roars shake the horizon, a declaration that they are not prey. The hyenas, though bloodied, cackle defiantly. The wild dogs regroup, barking in desperate unison. The leopard melts into shadows, waiting, watching, always ready. The eternal war is not won, it is simply paused. Night begins to fall. The battlefield grows silent, but silence in the savannah is never peace. It is the silence of exhaustion, the silence of predators who know the war will return tomorrow. The lions limp back to their cubs, their bodies scarred, their manes matted with blood. They survive for today. The hyenas retreat, limping, licking their wounds, their laughter fading into the darkness. The wild dogs scatter, their yelps echoing into distance. The leopard slips into trees, unseen, unheard. Crocodiles vanish beneath black water, leaving only ripples across crimson surface. And above, the vultures descend. They land upon the blood-soaked earth, wings folding like cloaks of shadow. They feast on the fallen, tearing flesh from bone, cleansing battlefield. They are the final soldiers of war. This is the bloody savannah. The war never ends. It is written into the soil, carried in the wind, painted in every sunrise and every sunset. Predators fight, bleed, and die. Not for glory, not for hatred, but because they must. Because survival is all there is. Tomorrow, it begins again. This was the savage truth of the wild, the eternal war of the predators. Join us again, here on Wildlife with Belush. And if you haven't already, subscribe now, because the next story may not just shock you, it may haunt you. In the savannah, nothing is certain, nothing is safe, and nothing ever truly ends.